Hello ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, my name is Brad. This is my channel Animate Orange, and today we are going to build another Looney Tunes Legends model. We have Porky Pig here. As you can see, I've already opened him up and put them together. Pretty simple model. If you look on the back of the packaging for Porky, just like the other Legends model, we're in the green, we're in the easy side. Now this is going to be my second Legends model build, Legends Looney Tunes model build, because I built a lot of different Legends models. Looney Tunes have a different body shape, a little bit of a different assembly, and Bugs Bunny I've already done. Bugs Bunny gave me some trouble. It's basically some of the new stuff I was figuring out. Well, I've got it figured out now. Porky Pig is going to be a little bit easier because I know a couple of tricks to do. Let's go over to the table, see what's inside this packaging, and talk about some tools and put them together. Let's open up Porky Pig. Talk a little bit about what's inside. We have a metal sheet with bits and features of Porky Pig, and we have the instructions and a little advertisement of other models and a bit about the limited edition Marvin the Martian. We're going to open up the instructions and talk about them. It's one tall sheet. I'm folding it in half to fit it on the camera screen. We'll talk about this briefly before we start putting this together. So if you've never done these models, basically you start in the top corner at page 1. You've got line drawing of the model, of the sheet, your logos and whatnot. The sheet has all the parts numbered, so if you line up the actual sheet next to the drawing of it, orient it the same way, you can easily find all the parts. They're all numbered as you're going through the assembly flowchart. Below that, you have a sample part with a notation on fold lines, insertion tabs, and insertion holes. Fold lines are basically pre-scored areas where parts fold or twist or curve. Insertion tabs go into insertion holes, and that's how things connect. We've got our legend here. When you see a blue circle next to a connection point in the assembly flowchart, it means to insert the tab and fold it over for a cleaner look. Green triangle, when you see that next to a connection point, means to insert the tab and twist it. Those are usually a better connection and usually on the inside, out of sight on the model, but not always. Down here we have 360 view. If you want to see a completed model to get a reference of how something goes together, you either go to this web address or just scan this QR code with a phone or tablet. Below that we start the assembly flowchart, starting with part 1. The red indicates you're shaping that particular area, in this case kind of a curve shape. Part 2 right here, these two things go together. At this connection point, there's two tabs going into two slots with a blue circle meaning to fold those over. Slide over here, the red indicates some more folding of this bottom part, some more folding of the back part, and you end up with that. Jump up to page 2, pretty much the same thing for the other side. 3, fold that part, bring in part 4, put them together, fold the tabs, a little more shaping, end up with that. Below that, we part 5. We've got the red showing to fold these sides around. Just follow that. Follow through the instructions, follow the arrows, add the parts, folding where the red says to fold, and start putting this thing together. And you get halfway through, or halfway down the page, you go to the bottom half to page 3, continue putting stuff together, and then page 4. And once you get to the bottom, you have finished your model. Let's talk a little bit about tools. The very basics of what you're going to need is a pair of tweezers and some clippers. The tweezers, you can do a lot of bending, shaping, twisting of tabs, folding of things over. The clippers are going to help you get the pieces out of the sheets cleanly and easily by clipping them out instead of trying to bend them out, which can cause damage. I've also supplemented my set with some precision tweezers. I have a couple of pointed ones here. One, I ground the tip down just a little bit to give it a more sturdy tip for tabs and twisting things, and then I have a precision flat set, and between all of these I can do a lot of bending and shaping and twisting. For shaping round shapes, you'll find that I frequently use tools like this. These are 3D printed tools that I designed and printed for making round shapes and cone shapes, but you can use things around the house like pens, pencils, maybe large sewing or crafting needles. You can pick up some dowel rods at a craft store or hardware store, or an inexpensive drill bit set from the discount bin, and use the flat ends to do your shaping. And with the dowel rod, you can sharpen one end with a pencil sharpener, and that will give you some cone shaping as well. We talked a little bit about tools, and I've got some basics to get me started. Some tweezers, some clippers to cut parts out, and a couple of tools for rounding things. I don't see these Legends models are usually not that complex. We've got our metal sheet at the ready, instructions at the ready. Let's put this together.
Some people like to clip out all the parts and stage them ahead of time, sometimes on magnetic sheets. I like to clip a few things out at a time and place them in the appropriate spot on the instruction. Like bugs, this build starts off with the feet, but this time I have more confidence in how to build them. I went ahead and put a tiny little bend in the foot and things came together beautifully. I was even able to easily fold over the other side of the foot and over the tab. I am lightly twisting some tabs to get things started and will come back later to untwist and fold them over. I opted to attach the hands before folding the sides of the arm all the way in. It made twisting the tabs holding the hand on a little easier. I nearly missed a step and a part.